Okay, hello to YouTubers and SSG followers. This is my sixth charging process of the project Bedini Simplified School Game Model, and currently for me it's very interesting day. Let me quick show you what just happening on the side where I getting the light. Okay, you see I have today a lot of lights. I will just get through this stuff with my lights. Okay, this light is powered by this battery, which you probably previously saw in my previous videos, and this battery was charged by the Bedini circuit, and I'm getting such light. This is currently running on the voltage level 11.68, so I'm not sure it's good for the battery, but I just doing like stress test for my battery. Then you see the light from another another battery, which almost the same battery as I did show you previously, and this battery the same quality, 12 volt 4 ampere hour battery. Okay, then we have third light. This light is, let me think. Okay, this light is connected to this battery, and the light which I got on this side, this just light from my another battery. It's very cheap battery. So on this side I have light, and I have this light. It's just powered by 4 amp hour 12 volt battery. So I have pretty decent power input to light this stuff up. So let's just get quick through my measurement devices. On this side, on the left, I have voltage meter of my discharge battery. This battery I always discharge with 20 C load. It means 250 milliamps, because it's a 12 volt 5 amp hour battery. So next device, this is a ampere meter device. With this ampere meter measuring the milliamps, and you probably should get better picture. I just noticed in my last videos that picture video of my videos not so always sharp and clear. What I do my best is, and you hope see this situation better. So what happening on this side? On this side I have what, this was wrong. Okay, on this side you have voltage meter of the primary battery, 12 volt 5 amp hour battery, and I have here ampere meter, and 6 charging procedure starts now. I put my switch in position on. You're hearing this self-oscillation mode of my circuit. This is not good. I disconnect one part of the circuit from the primary battery, then reconnect, and then just reconnect again. So I spin the wheel, and the charging process starting now. You see I have 15-16 milliamps going to the charging battery. Just quick notice, I always, with my last result, currently I see the voltage increase in the charging battery after the charging process. I still need to get my charging battery to voltage of 12.65 volts, but I think I am on the good way just give you some voltage increased after the current, after each charging process. So let me start from just counting what actually I observe in my all charging processes. This is a 6th charging process, and my previous battery voltage after the charging starts from the first run. So just give pro each charging process the amount of the voltage which I get after I done charging. So at the first charge, voltage of my charging battery was 12.22. In my second charge I got voltage 12.20 volts. In my third charge I got 12.05. In my fourth charge I got 12.34 volts, and at 5 voltage procedure sorry, at the 5 procedure charging, 5 charging test, I got the voltage 12.48 after the charging battery, and I'm running currently on the 6th charging process. Sorry for my bad English, I'm not English speaker, but I'm doing my best. So what I just told you? I just told you the voltage of the charging battery after I done the battery charging, after the charging of the battery is done. So it can be from test to test different values, but I just noticed the increase of the voltage after each charging, and this means I'm currently on the right way to charge this battery properly with the type of the charge which I'm using in this circuit. Okay, I will show you my side where I'm measuring the voltage and the milliamps on my primary battery, just to give you some better view. I just need to, okay, I think this is the way which I can. You see the voltage of my primary battery dropped a little bit because I'm using the power from my primary battery, of course. So once again I should repeat, my system which I show you is not a over unity system, because I do not have the type of charge where I use my current and get more current. I mean, this primary battery always charged conventionally, and this happens with a conventional charger with conventional electricity. What is the idea behind of the Bedini SSG type charging? By using this circuit of the SSG, I got a lot of very powerful but short impulses, and these impulses, they are going to this battery, and these impulses just potentialize the ions in the battery plates. The ions in the battery plates starting to moving, and they are moving in the way of charging. So ions thinking, okay, we got some interesting type of impulses, now we can move ourselves, and we're moving ourselves in the type of charging. So end result is that the end result of the ion movement in the battery, the battery plates are chemically imbalanced. Sorry, I try it again. The chemicals and the battery plates are in balance. So end result, the battery got some charge. But to know how much I got charged of the battery, I do the discharge procedure. The discharge procedure I didn't show you yet because it's very simple. I got some cheap resistor, two of them, with the type of value that I get 250 milliamps discharge load. And this discharge load I put on this battery for about 20 hours, and then I calculate my real power which can produce my charged battery by the Bedini circuit. So overall, it's clearly you can clearly see the voltage increase and the current which I get to charge the battery. But I should repeat that this battery actually don't charge it by the current, because you see 14, it's very little current, and this little current cannot charge the battery so quite well. So my charging happens not by the current, it happens by the impulses which my system produce. The impulses, you can, to know what type of impulses I get, just look at my previous videos where I measured my impulses, and you probably should get an idea what type of impulses. This bulb lights up when I disconnect the one of the connections to my charging battery. So I just show you, I disconnect one of the connections from a circuit of my charging battery, and then I get this bulb lighting up. This is a protection actually. Oh, and funny, let me show you what I just get. Okay, out of zoom. I got some flashes. Not probably. It should increase. Okay, you see? So okay, so oops. So once again, it's impulse. It's a power. It's a power, but not the type of power which you usually see in the normal circuitry. Maybe if you short circuit, maybe you see the power of type. Maybe you see the power which I use in my system. Well, I will just tell you another things which me fascinating. The battery quality. Okay, I explained it a lot. I mean, in my previous videos why, and for this type of experiment is better to use not sealed lead acid batteries, because it just not work well when you charge sealed lead acid battery, and it's not. I think it's not so complicated, but it can be complicated if you have not so much time to see actually the liquid electrolyte, because I usually after the charging and discharging of this battery, I monitor the level of the liquid electrolyte in my battery, and do the same with this type of battery. And yep, battery charging, you see the voltage increase, not so rapid, but I should just mention, before I did start this charging procedure, my voltage was like 11.65, and it's currently showing us 11.81. So 11.83. So it's charging pretty well with my current setup of my system. So once again, I should repeat, for people who should know much more about this type of system, I'm running my system at 2003 ohm resistance. It's I will say it's almost at the end of the allowed setup for this type of system, because if you go much far with this resistance, you probably will not get the spin of the wheel. And spin of the wheel for me it's important, because I do not want to spend much energy to charge the battery, so just think about the speed of the wheel like work which you get additionally, but it's not important to spin the wheel very fast for this type of system. It's my opinion. Maybe it's to say better, from my all experiments I just noticed that the speed of wheel should not be very fast, because you're just losing this impulses, and you are not charging battery by the impulses, you're charging the battery by the impulses and not by the work of the wheel in the standard fashion, where you have a generator and generator spins and then you have electricity. So this is not the classical type of the system which you normally see in the world. It's quite fascinating. Just to say, you can charge sealed lead acid battery like I did so with this type of the battery, and the probably voltage here is not so much big. I think it's 11.65 or probably 10, but the light which I get from this lamp is very good. Actually, it's not so bright as this which you see at the camera, but it's enough to do my lighting in this small cellar apartment. I mean, laboratory, or how to say. Okay, that doesn't matter. I just trying to do my light. Oops. Okay, just like that. So what I should tell you once again about the procedure. So I should just repeat the voltage of my batteries, of my battery, of which I charge, is increasing charge after charge, but I see some good path of my charging battery. I will do a lot of procedure charging and you will see that, because I think it's very important to see how actually voltage of the battery changing when you charge the battery. And I think it's very educational for me myself to use English which I do not normally use a lot, but I just want to practice and tell the world it's possible to charge the battery with radiant impulses like that. And this is actually work which should be done by the faculties and universities and companies, I don't know, whoever have time and money. And it is not actually so the costs are not so big for this project. Yep. Just to tell what's happening in the world, which I notice always, Aaron Murakami at the forum Energy Science posting a lot of stuff from the latest Bedini conference. Probably you should watch some of the Bedini speeches. I mean the representatives and peoples which are currently fascinating. It's peoples who are working at SRS system. This is not Bedini system, it's a system which was done by one guy. I just Bill Murray, I think is his name, and another guy just helped him to get a better circuitry. But never the way it's something happening in the world on this side, and even I get some results. So its future is not so dark as you can see, but probably we'll get a lot of time to bring some commercial product. I don't know. I don't get. I'm not on this path on the commercial, but who knows how it develops. But back to the experiment. Charging going very well, 11.86, and up and up and up. So once again, the speed of the wheel, you see it's not very fast. I think for me it's kind of average, but it's not so big important. I mean, sure, you can test the system with a very high speed of the wheel, but if you hook up a oscilloscope to the transistor, you will clearly see that you will get, when you get very fast wheel spinning, 2 or less impulses, and this is not the way how system should work. System should work under the low current, but the low current should bring you a lot of impulses. And I have in my system one transistor. I can only imagine when I build system with a lot of transistors, and then I just drive my system to the setup on the low resistance, on the higher resistance, because I have 2k ohm resistance in my circuit. So a lot of transistors and bigger coil with a lot of windings, it will probably get faster and better results, but I do not have any time to do bigger project. But the time will come. I pretty sure the time will come. And just look at the milliamps. So it's always stays at that level. I never get on my side where I charge my battery. So I mean, this is a input current to my charging battery. It's like 14 milliamps to my charging battery. So I charge with a low current my battery, and this should be actually should be the case with the Bedini types of system. We do not need to use higher current to drive system to that level which we need. And on this side I have 28, 20, like 14 milliamps. Yep, this is actually one of my best results. I think the best setup of the Bedini type system will be like 10 milliamps. So I mean, very low current, but with a lot of impulses. So it's like the wave when you I don't know, when you take stone and just push the stone to the water, you see this type of waves, and how how powerful you can push the stone. This is probably my best analogy what I'm actually doing. And this is actually charging, and you see I can use this type of battery for practical work. It's possible, really. I mean, this light actually lights up, so it's energy is here, and we just don't know how to use it properly. It's like that. And why we should need nuclear energy, I don't know. If each house, I mean, not with the big apartments, I mean, like private house, it should be possible to get affordable system for doing this. But one problem arises in my mind always. It's like, okay, I see the charge, I now starting to use the power, but what happenings in the process? In the process, I have always a trouble with the battery, because you cannot charge and discharge battery at the same time. So it should mean I should always have a system where I have one backup battery or more to just give the system push, and then I just need to always refill this critical battery. And when I can refill this critical battery with the energy, my system can functioning and produce power, charging and mechanical work for the work which you just can only imagine. But I think with the bigger batteries, the type of the circuitry changing a lot. I mean, much powerful transistor, probably much powerful resistance, and maybe better protection, voltage protection, because you have real power, not so little power. And then you start thinking about how to use windmill with such type of system, how to use solar panels with this type of system, because with the solar panel it will be much more complicated, probably, because you have not always the very good sunlight. And then you will just thinking about, okay, what happens when I just connect not the primary battery, when I connect solar panel. The solar panel produce some voltage, but they have some current. Is current enough to drive my system? Don't know, didn't test it yet. But if you're building this system and you have solar panels, I would like to know, is it possible to connect solar panel and for the 6 hours of the daylight, probably 4 hours in the best case, but 6 hours should be possibly possible to catch the sunlight. Will you get the other battery charged? So it means input power for driving the system, solar panel, not the battery, solar panel. And at the another side where you're charging battery, you have a battery which charged by the production by the work of the circuitry. And when you able to catch some electricity with a solar panel and to drive the system in the way that your charging battery is charged, then you probably have a success, because you don't spend a lot of you didn't pay for the energy, you produced the energy by the solar panel, and as a result you got this battery charged, and you have got additional work by the wheel. And just giving you thoughts how you can use the system. And then you have the mechanical work. You can put the fan, but then arises the question, how much wind power I can produce with this wheel? Can I create additional wind power of the type system? Then I just need to change resistance, probably. So there are actually a lot of questions. What is advanced system to be in the practical way, not the experimental way? Because experimental way it's interesting too, but people always say question when, okay, I believe what you're doing, but can you build system 20 hours for 7 days a week? I will say clearly no, because you have a lot of things which I just didn't figured yet how to do it, and why I should do it when companies should do it, or institutes should do it. My best guess, when I get a real good voltage on the charging battery, I will start to use this battery disconnected from the SSG circuit, and I will start to use this battery to charge conventionally this another battery, and then I will probably get the same situation when I just use solar panel, because when I charge this battery with the energy which I produce, and then this battery discharge and charge this battery fully, then I paid for the energy for the first time when I charge the primary battery, but when I always can charge this battery with this type of circuitry, then I can use this battery to charge this battery, and then repeat once again, discharge of the primary battery and charge of the charging battery. Then my system almost self-loop, but not quite well, because I have amount of time to charge and discharge the system, the battery. So problems are there. It's not always is simple thinking. But 11.90. So you see it's charging pretty well for the first time, which I see here. And just experiment with the Bedini, but remember, you do not use current. You use impulses to charge this battery, and if you have less impulses, then you probably get not so good results on your battery. And when you have a lot of impulses by the system which you build, and your battery did not charge very well, then you have a problem with your battery. Think about that too. So overall, some progress on this side, and a lot of lights on this side, and this side I will probably in the future just will each month add another light, just to light this whole laboratory with the batteries which I have here. So this battery will put at real work, and then it will be very interesting. And what I should mention, I have here very big battery. Probably at some point I will try to charge this battery with a Bedini. You don't see, not at all, but I just will tell you this will happen probably not so far, but bigger battery just take longer to charge. This I know for sure. This is actually the reason behind why I used such smaller batteries, because it's less time to charge the battery and get some results. Okay, and I think I just tell you all what I need to tell you. When you actually want to use solar panel, I will give you one advice. Just monitor how much current you will get, because for my system I need 27-29 milliamps. And okay, this is quick notice. Thank you all, bye bye.